It is the 28th day of February, the year 2022. Good afternoon to you, all my esteemed viewers from wherever you are in Kenya, East Africa, and across the great African continent. It is a pleasure to have you on board. Now, politics in Kenya and in most parts of the world has always been difficult and considered to be dominated by most powerful members of the society since back in the day. And for one to venture into it successfully has to be well off in either way. And in this case, the youth find it difficult and tend to consider their dreams shattered, as more often they're always looked down upon to by the big politicians and the whole society at large. Yet, there's so much that they can offer if at all given the opportunity. So we ask ourselves today, what are the chances of them becoming successful if at all given the opportunity? What are the barriers along the way? What are they going to do in order to establish that strong position in Kenyan politics? Also, why are there low turnouts in terms of voter registrations? We shall be answering this and much more questions right here on Bold Conversations with me, Victor Mukabi, and together with my guest. And indeed, with such guests, the show is bound to be an exciting one. So if I were you, I'd buckle up my seatbelts, grab a hot cup of chocolate, and stay closer to the screen to get the full content that's going to be conveyed right about now. You can also be part of the conversation by engaging with us via Bold Conversations across all social media platforms, or you can also use the WhatsApp number that is running below your screen, that is 0725286052. And again, I'll be glad to sample up your views. So allow me to introduce my guest, and from my farthest end is none other than Mr. Clive Mugeni, a frequent visitor right here at Bold Conversations. Welcome to the show, Mr. Clive. He's also a youth representative at Mathare North area. And we are also joined by the man declared himself, maybe if I should say, Apoli 254, as many will call him, Apollinaris Akama, all the way from Kisii constituency, a member of Vijana Youth Club. On to my first questions, my guest in this setup. IEBC was targeting 4.4 million voters, but again, we see that only 1,030,000 voters have been registered so far. What's your take, Mr. Clive?
My take is that the reason as to why the remaining of the population has not signed up to be registered voters
Yes.
is because truly the whole country at large has lost faith in their political leaders.
Mr. Apoli 254?
Yeah, for me, I can say, first we saw IBC was saying that there was the delay of issuing national IDs. So for IBC, they are saying just the delaying of giving national IDs, there was the one which they didn't reach the number which they were targeting. The second, I can say, from the public, people were not willing to show to register as voters. Maybe I can say simply because of these fake promises which politicians are giving.
You mentioned something quite profound, and you mentioned something concerning the issuance of ID cards.
Yeah.
And but again, we see that the issue was sorted long time ago. But again, we see that even those who had their ID cards, well, they were not willing to participate in the process, in the register process, I'd say. So, what is happening with the youths currently?
Yeah, for the youth, I can say it is because maybe they are not being represented well in government. So there's no need for them to go as register as voters, and yet they are ugly. How can I say? The issues they are not being well addressed at the national government.
All right, I'll get back to you later on. Mr. Clive, still on the matters of registration, you mentioned something also quite that kind of caught my attention about the false promises that are being rendered to the public by the politicians. What really boosts such activities like the false promises? Why do you think that the politicians also fail to fulfill their promises, yet they still want to remain in politics and do such?
First of all,
Yes.
politics as it is, it's a dirty game, that's for sure.
Yes, indeed.
Then it has lost meaning, its true meaning. The reason as to why people are motivated to become leaders and go to their seats in the parliament is for their own selfish ambitions. And it is for that and protect
But
us.
I think the politicians should be quite the frontiers towards development, but not self-proclaimed, uh, desires. They should be practicing justice, fairness, and equity to all. But again, we see that their main aim to go into politics is just to gain some popularity, gain some wealth. Don't you think that it's time we have that change?
Agreed. It is time to have that change.
Yes.
But you see, the country as it is run by clout. And with clout, that's the only way you could rise to power. Because, as you might see, people nowadays are no longer elected, not because of what they can do to the people,
Yes.
but it is for how they are known by the people. And that is the key pass to what you need us to get into the government.
There is this particular notion that has been circulating over the internet that good leaders will always fail in terms of politics, but the bad leaders will always end up victorious. Why is that? Are we the ones who are stupid, or rather, if I should say, are we not quite concerned with our future, in as far as getting the right leaders and our success at large is concerned?
Just like I said, once again,
Yes.
it is all about clout. The amount of money, influence, and political favors that people owe them is what could get you to the seat. And that is where the real issue is. If only the people that were casting these votes decided that they were going to elect their leaders according to what they are going to do to the country and not based on how popular or how much wealth or dynasty or from whatever dynasty this particular politician is coming from, then the problem will be half solved.
Well, okay. Thank you for your feedback, Mr. Apollo 254. You engage with the youths a lot back in your constituency. And what do they really say as far as matters elections is concerned and the 2020 polls, that is? Do they engage in some sort of activities concerning politics, and what's their response?
For the youth, there are some of those who say they can participate in politics, and there are those who say they can't participate in politics. So it depends with the individual.
Yes.
How did he see? How did he see himself? Maybe whether he participate in politics, his issues can they be addressed, or if they can't, how? I can say for those who maybe their issues, they saw maybe issues can't be addressed, are the ones who are saying that they can't participate in politics. But for those who are seeing a chance of the issues being presented, the ones who are saying now they can participate in politics.
Well, my esteemed viewers, that is a very nice comeback from none other than the man himself declared, if I should say, Mr. Apollo 254. And right about now, the conversation is running well smoothly. And right about now, let's go for a short commercial break, but we'll be back in just a bit. Do not go too far.
Have you ever imagined dying on the job?
Why would you think about that?
The police were here today.
Someone's clearly trying to send a message.
Mr. Baraza! Mr. Baraza!
We don't have another lead.
This woman wasn't murdered here.
Eagle 2, all clear.
Come on, don't be rude.
You have nothing.
You are disturbing a lot of very powerful wallets here.
It's a fact, not a threat.
I cannot help you.
Where do you think the money comes from?
Guilty.
Hang on, McKenna.
She will not cry.
The world world's most trusted 4x4. After completing 70 glorious years, get ready for the powerful, the intelligent, and the most advanced Land Cruiser ever built. Introducing the most awaited, the all-new 2022 Toyota Land Cruiser.
Well, welcome back, my esteemed viewers. This is Bold Conversations, and we are talking about youth and politics. And earlier on, we were talking about matters youth and politics, why they derail in terms of registrations, why some politicians do not want to support the youths in the society as per now. Now, as let's continue with the segment, and to my guest, Mr. Clive from Mathare North area. Most youths rather do have this particular calling towards leadership, but again we see that they shy off a little bit. Why is that?
Well, the reason as to why the youth could shy away despite having a calling could be one, it's either they want to do the right thing, but they could lack the necessary funding and support from the community. That's what I think about that.
So the whole aspect of funding comes in terms of their participation in leadership.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Apollo 254.
Yeah. The thing which is making youths to shy away from venturing into politics, I can say, it is youths saw themselves they are young, and in Kenya, most people see people who are supposed to lead in this country, they are supposed to be old enough. So for youths, because they are young, they saw themselves that they cannot venture into politics. Yeah.
Based on the same, I'd like to share a few more thoughts.
Yes.
So, generally, I think we live in a chauvinistic society. By chauvinism, this kind of biasness that exists, where all where a bit of aspects such as ethnicity are involved. Suppose I was from a certain ethnic group and I wanted to vie, and I could truly bring change to these people, but these people don't belong to the same ethnic group as I am from. They wouldn't support me in terms of votes, and that would be a factor.
Yes, I do agree with you, Mr. Clive. But again, I'd like to impose this question. We are a very, rather, a fast developing country in Africa. And I don't think that ethnicity should be a major problem towards doing the correct thing in Kenyan politics. But again, we see that the leaders, in some way, they are inciting such. What is your message to those leaders?
About the question you've asked,
Yes.
I wouldn't really address the leaders that are propagating this. Rather, I would like to advise the nation,
At large, yes.
the nation at large, because it is us that have the power to change all this. Whenever a leader incites us, it is up to us whether to take the insights or not. Yeah.
Whoa, those are very, very wise words from our guest here, Mr. Clive. And as we wind up the show, Mr. Apollo 254,
Yes.
what really needs to be done in order to increase youth participation in politics?
To increase youth participation in Kenya first, as youths, I can say we should first of all our youths, we should follow ourselves first, because if we follow ourselves first, we can able to address some issues among ourselves. Like there are some leaders who are the youths, who are the MPs, because for them they have seen the right of being involved in politics. I can say these youths are the ones who are supposed to enlighten the others who have not seen the right of being involved involved in politics. So I can say for us youths, we should first of all ourselves, and for those who have seen the right in politics, to educate the others so that they can participate in politics.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mr. Clive.
Well, I concur with what Akama said, that it is up to the youth who have the calling to politics to incite the other youths to step up and take their chance.
Those are very nice comebacks from Mr. Clive Mugeni and Apollo 254, our guests right here in Bold Conversations. And maybe to my final question of today's show, rather, how can we really change the perspective of the society towards youth participation in politics, according to Mr. Clive Mugeni? As you give your final remarks.
So, it is up to the youth to come together, support each other, and empower themselves. And that is how we could change the whole perspective of the youth venturing into politics. My final remarks on this is, at the end of it all, it does come down to the youth. It is us that we have the say.
Thank you very much, Mr. Clive Mugeni. Apollo 254.
Yes.
Still on the same question.
Yeah, for me to give my final remarks, I can say the society in general should appreciate the youths as maturity and accept them, and they give them the chance. Give the chance to those youths who feel to govern or who want to venture into politics, to give them a chance to govern.
Well, thank you very much, my guests right here on Bold Conversations, and also to you, my esteemed viewers. It has always been a pleasure to have you on board, and also to the technical team that aided in the production of this feature. I say thank you very much, and let's do this again, same time, same place, when time and space allows. And as always, I'll be reposting all your feedbacks over my social media platforms so that anyone, anywhere, can be able to access them at their own convenience. Adios.